Good morning, Stone Mountain. This is Mrs. Frenchie. Hopefully you are all having a wonderful Monday. Hopefully you had a great weekend full of fun with your family and your friends. I'm sure a lot of you played sports. Maybe you got to hang out with your friends and play outside. Teachers, hopefully you had a chance to hang out with your family and friends and recharge as well. This month we are talking about creating a positive vision. And so we talked about goal setting. So we've been doing a lot of goal setting in the building, and I've been seeing that all around the building. You've been setting goals as a classroom in terms of your academics, like your reading and your writing. I've also seen you set goals in your classroom according to your classroom behaviors. I've seen school-wide goals. Your teachers are creating goals for you that you probably don't even know about. Your teachers are creating goals to help them be an even better teacher. And I'm even creating goals this month to help me create a positive vision for our school, to make sure that you are all learning as much as you can and to make sure that your teachers are as happy as they possibly can be at any other school in Douglas County. So, lots of goal setting this week. Or this month, excuse me. This one is motivation to achieve. So hopefully your teachers have been giving you lots of great motivation to do your best. Hopefully each week when you hear me on this video feed, or you see me in the hallway, I'm giving you motivation to be your very best self. And hopefully you're giving yourself motivation to create a positive vision and to be the very best you that you can be. Of course, when you get home, your parents are doing the same too, because remember, your parents are your very best teachers. And so they're creating a positive vision for you and helping motivate you to be your very best self here at Stone Mountain. So we are going to continue to talk about how we can promote a positive attitude here at Stone Mountain. And you can do this activity at home too, which might be pretty fun. So it's called the drivers and the flat tires. So teachers, you are going to create something that looks like this on a piece of chart paper that at the top says creating a positive vision, because that is our goal in your classroom each and every day, is to create a positive vision. And in every single classroom, if your goal is to create a positive vision, across the board, our school will be a more positive place. Now, there are some things or some instances that happen when we have drivers of creating our positive vision. So when you're a driver of creating a positive vision, those are things that you do every single day, either yourself or as a class, to drive your bus to create this positive vision. Sometimes we do things, or sometimes things happen that create flat tires. A flat tire is a bump in the road, right? And it's something where like our bus has to stop and we have to fix it because it has a flat tire. There's something wrong with our bus. And so if we think about that as creating a positive vision. So teachers, if you could create this for me, either on the board or on a piece of chart paper, you can stop your video while you create that, and then I will tell you what to do next. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a couple of examples of what it looks like or what it means or what ideas you can put up here to be drivers of your own bus when you're creating a positive vision. I'm also going to give you a couple of ideas of what it means when you have a flat tire moment. Now, I want you to know that every single kiddo, every single adult has a flat tire moment when they might have a blip or they might make a mistake. It's all about changing those flat tire moments and fixing those flat tires to become a driver of your own bus. So if create a positive vision is our goal for this month, some things that we can do to create a positive vision to be drivers of our own bus. So if I had my imaginary class here, right, I might call on someone and they might say, oh, you could smile at your friends. That creates a positive vision for you because you're smiling, and that also creates a positive vision for your friends. So one idea could be smile at people. That is one way to be the driver of your own bus to create a positive vision. Another one might be use kind words all of the time. Use kind words all of the time. So I know we've talked about kindness a lot here at Stone Mountain, and we've talked about what it means to use kind words. And when you're using kind words, that means that your words are true, right? It makes other people feel good about themselves, right? And it's something that if I was standing right behind you, or if your mom or your dad or your grandma or your teacher were standing right behind you when you said this word, they would be like, cool, awesome. But if they were like, not okay, that's unkind most of the time, right? When you think of something, a lot of times you want to put it through the filter in your head. When you have an idea in your head, right? It comes up as a thought bubble in your head. And when you're thinking about it, you have to think, gosh, is this kind? Should I say this? Should it come out of my mouth? Because friends, I have tons of thought bubbles that come up in my head, right? I've got things, believe it or not, that are super kind. And sometimes I have things that are like, right? That's normal. That's human nature. But what I need to do is I need to take those thought bubbles and realize they can't come out of my mouth, okay? Because that's unkind. I only can use the thought bubbles that come up in my brain that are kind and necessary and true to come out of my mouth. So those are things that you can do to be drivers to create a positive vision. So if we think about being a flat tire, those are the things that, yeah, right? Those are the mistakes that sometimes we make and that we need to fix to become drivers of our own bus. So some of the things that I think of is, and that I hear a lot, and I hear this a lot on the playground, cheating at recess. So playing Foursquare and then cheating to win. That is not creating a positive vision for our school, right? If you are not following the rules of a game at recess, then it's hard to create a positive vision, okay? So cheating at recess might be one of those things where that's a flat tire. We need to rethink, we need to reset, and then we need to know that we need to follow the rules to then become drivers of our own bus. Another one might be, and I've heard this in 6th grade, friends, believe it or not, poking other people. Poking other people. Is that creating a positive vision for your class? Walking by and on purpose, like poking other people. Not okay. We keep our hands and our feet to ourselves. So that's one of those moments where you're like, reset. I know I need to keep my hands and feet to myself to be a driver of my own bus so we can create a positive vision for our school. Okay, here's one about positive vision for yourself. Sometimes I have these moments too. Sometimes your teachers, your parents, and I bet you do too. Thinking unkindly about yourself. So we are our toughest critics. And so sometimes I wake up in the morning and most of the time I wake up on the right side of the bed and I'm happy and I'm super energized and I'm ready to start the day. Sometimes I wake up and I'm thinking about a meeting that I might have that is going to be tough. And so instead of thinking, okay, Mrs. Frenchie, you've got this, it's going to be okay, you're going to go in with a positive attitude, you're going to smile, you're going to take care of other people, it's going to be okay. Instead of doing that, which would create a positive vision, sometimes I even think unkindly about myself. And I might think, Mrs. Frenchie, this is going to be a tough meeting. It's going to be so hard. What am I going to do? Right? I know that it's not going to work out. I know that, everybody's going to be mad at me. So that's thinking unkindly about myself, thinking that, gosh, it's going to be just a horrible meeting. Or I can give you an example of what I've heard in the building. This was with a fifth grader, what I've heard in the building. Well, I'm not good at math, so I'm going to bomb this test. I'm not going to do good on this test because I'm not good at math. That is thinking unkindly about yourself. Instead of saying, I'm just not good at math, I'm not even going to try. Instead, you could say something like, you know what? I am going to do my very best because I know my teacher wants me to do my very best. I know my parents want me to do my very best. I've studied, I've prepared for my test, so I'm going to do my very best. And that is thinking kindly about yourself to be a driver of your own bus. Okay, so I want you today as a class to sort of decide and come up with things that help you as a class to be drivers of your own bus around creating a positive vision. And then I want you to discuss and have a conversation about what kinds of things are happening in our classroom that are flat tire moments. And then teachers and kids have a discussion of how we can change those flat tire moments to be drivers of our own bus to create a positive vision here at SME. So have a wonderful week. Remember, this week is our last week before fall break, so make sure that you are working your hardest every single day to create a positive vision, to be drivers of your own bus. Those are the first two principles that we have learned so far this year, and I know that this Friday is super exciting. It's our amazing race. So kiddos, make sure that during that amazing race, you're having fun, but you're also following the rules, thinking critically, problem solving, communicating with others to be your very best self this week. Have a great week.